at the start of this clip, you would have experienced some of the awesome photography of this gentleman here, Joseph, who I had the awesome privilege of meeting a few months ago, where he gave a presentation on his photography through your art, through that visual art, if you want to call it that, or the visual expression. And you really, I believe, you captured so much of that intimacy at the same time as the engagement, the connection that you have with the natural environments around Sydney. And that's why I was so keen to spend some time hearing from your perspective and then sharing this with the viewers of these clips. Your story only started a few years ago, is that right, in terms of through COVID?
Yeah, that's it, mate. Yeah. So I started my journey as a photographer through COVID. Before that, funnily enough, I didn't know how to use a camera at all. So I've only really just picked it up over the past couple of years. But I guess there's two parts to it. Like, number one, I'm curious about the world around me now through my eyes as a photographer, but then also, like, I want to get better, like, from the technical side of things and be able to represent what I'm experiencing in these incredible places in a visual form. So get better at the technical side of things, but also I'm genuinely curious about the natural environment. Here
we are in COVID with 2-3 kilometre radius, whatever it was back then, where we had to stay within. I'm sure in that area there would have been streetscapes, there would have been historic buildings, there would have been gardens, beautiful gardens that would have been tended to by people during COVID because they had nothing else to do. So there was all these other opportunities. What was it about the natural environment that drew you into that space, into those areas?
Mate, I think there's nothing quite like even just going for a walk in the bush and having that quiet, that peace, being able to just, think and like, get your thoughts together as well. Like, it was such a hectic time during COVID. There was a lot going on and every day just looked different. There was a lot of uncertainty about what was happening at that time as well. So for me, like, it just started off with, I just need to go for a walk somewhere. And, I went on a walk and then,
And not just up the walls.
Exactly, mate. Yeah. So went on a walk, on like, several walks actually, and then brought my camera with me as well and just mucked around with it. And, particularly during that time as well, like, while those restrictions, we had that kilometre radius, it really forced me to look for areas that are around where I live, because like we physically weren't allowed to go any further than that. So having that, I guess, forced restriction in many ways actually gave me a different sense it took my photography journey in a different direction.
Because part of that curiosity that Joseph talks about, I believe in as well. It's something we don't like to just give a location out. We want you to go and discover it, because on that journey, you might discover something for yourself.
100%.
You might find something that you enjoy that actually drew you and, let's say, infatuated you more than perhaps the destination we might be carrying. So up to you. We're down in the Royal National Park at a particular waterfall. Well, we've changed locations because Jason's got a lot of really spec places in this particular region of Sydney. So we've gone from Royal National Park, we've come across the railway line, or the Southern Highway there, the Princess Highway, and now we're in Heathcote National Park.
Heathcote, yeah. So I think this is one of the lesser travelled, lesser ventured areas of the national park here, in a really special spot. Again, like, it's one of those areas that unless you are looking for it, you might not necessarily know too much about it. But what's really cool about this spot here is actually what's going on underneath. So come with me, we'll check it out, and it's going to be a really, really nice photo.
I've never been here by the track you took me on. So thank you.
No worries,
Brilliant,
John.
mate. What a great track.
Pleasure. Yeah, no worries at all. Yeah, I mean, like, you know, there's so many awesome tracks out here and so many incredible locations, like where we are here this morning. And as you can see, there's no one else
The
here.
encouragement that I'm getting from you and something I'd like to share as well and complement what you're saying is that if you do go out to the natural areas, like Joseph shared with me today, a different way to come into this particular landscape. And that was awesome because now I've got to discover this in a different way. And so, like Joseph and I have been talking about coming out early morning, coming out late afternoon, coming out in different weathers, different seasons, and different ways of actually experiencing it. So if you're coming out at this time of year, which is around August, September, October, in that springtime, you're going to see a lot more flowers or wildflowers. So yeah, just get out in different ways. That's what I really appreciate and what you've reminded me about today. And
There's no reason not to. Like, you know, this is all, it's around you, it's available. You just have to go looking for it. You have to have that curiosity, which is something that I'm really glad that I guess, learned over the past couple of years and I've been able to hold on to. Is, you know, for me as well, like it's developing that personal, I guess, that taste and that flavour. So, you know, you might get, 50 people at a particular location and they're shooting the same thing, but you'll see it in 50 different ways, right?
Yeah.
And I guess from my point, like I want to represent the landscape in my own unique way. What am I seeing that other people might not necessarily see? And so, many times like I'll arrive at a location and I'll just sit there for a little bit and I'll just experience it. I'll look around, I'll notice things, and then I'll get the camera out, mate. Like it's I love doing this. I love getting out into nature, into the bush, finding these hidden gems. I saw, nothing better.
And doing it in different ways too, because I've read quite a few different poems where people have gone out into the natural environment and expressed it through words. Music like Shane Howard and Neil Murray and those kind of Australian singer-songwriters. There's a lot of natural area-based songs. So find your own way. My daughter is 12, going on 13. She does a lot of pencil drawings in natural environments. Find your own way of connecting and engaging, like
For sure.
yeah, that curiosity that Joseph is encouraging in all of us. I think there's so much that we can gain from that. So many opportunities for us to enrich and enhance the world around us and ourselves in the process.
That's it. Yeah. You just have to go looking for it, mate.
Yeah, mate.
Honestly, it's easy as that.
Thanks, brother.
No worries.
Hey, awesome.